Hi guys, so we are going to continue 2.1 in these pre-recorded lessons. So during live lessons, we did the standard form of the quadratic functions, and now we are going to do factored, or some people say intercept. Okay, but it's the same thing. So factored or intercept form of the quadratic functions. So let's go over what is a factored or intercept form, right? So please copy this little box. Okay, so factored form looks like this. We have some kind of parenthesis around it. So remember during live lessons, we went over standard format, which is ax squared plus bx plus c. They're same functions. They're same functions, same quadratic. It's just different format or different style. Okay, so some people prefer standard. Some people preferred factored form. But of course, they all have a pros and cons, so we are going to see the differences. So please make sure you have A, x minus p, x minus q. P and q are something called x-intercept that we're going to go over vocabs in next slide. A is going to be the same thing as we did in live lessons. A will tell you the directions. So if A is positive, your parabola is opening up, which means it's U-shaped. If A is a negative number, you have upside down U. Okay, so it's the same thing as our standard format, same property. So let's go over definition of x-intercept and zero in quadratic functions. So x-intercept is basically the x-coordinates of the point where a line or curve intersect the x-axis. So x-intercept is basically when we graph, we have x-axis and then y-axis. And then I'm going to draw the parabola. And you see here, there are 2 points that touches the x-axis. So this is your x-intercept. In this case, I have a 2x-intercept. So that's where the line or graph is intersecting the x-axis. However, y-intercept is basically the line or curve intersect the y-axis. So just know the difference between x-intercept and y-intercept. And we have something called zero. That's where a function equals to the zero. Sometimes we call it as the solutions. So in quadratic functions, x-intercept, zero, and solution, everything is like kind of same thing. But we are going to go over this later in this module. Okay, but just make sure you copy these vocabs or the definitions for the test. Okay, so let's go over example number 1. I have f of x equals to x minus 4 times x plus 2. So let's compare it. What's my a? A is the number in front of x minus p and x minus q. When I look at my functions, I do not have any number in front of it, which means your a is 1. Okay, so there is invisible 1. It's positive. Therefore, we have U-shape, which means parabola is opening up. Okay, so make sure a is not 0. If something is a 0, we have nothing. We don't even have the functions. Okay, so this is 1. Okay, now we have to find x-intercept. X-intercept is p and q. So the number after this negative x minus p, x minus q. So in this case, my x is 4. My x-intercept is 4. The other one, make sure if you have a positive, your x-intercept will be negative 2. Remember, because the formula has negative or the minus sign. So just think whenever you are giving x-intercept, it's like a little bit opposite. You have to give me opposite sign. So my x-intercept is 4 and negative 2. Okay, so if you want to see, I'll just rewrite it. should be x minus p, x minus q, right? So this is my p. This is supposed to be my q, but I see different sign. So that's why you have to give me negative 2. Because x minus minus 2 will give you the q. This whole thing is q. Okay, so just make it simple. So whenever you see the number, you give me the opposite sign. So x-intercept in this case will be 4 and then negative 2. Let's go over another example. Graph the quadratic functions f of x equals to x plus 1 times x plus 2. Again, my a is 1. It's positive, so we have a U shape. What about my x-intercept? Supposed to be 1 and 2. But what did I say? You have to give me the opposite sign, so it will be negative 1 and negative 2. That's it. Let's look at the graph. First of all, second one is not the answer because there is no x-intercept. So this is not the answer. What about third one? This is negative 1, but you have a positive 2, so that's not the one. Last one, 2, and then 1. Everything is positive. So this is not the answer. Why? Because we have to have negative numbers. So the first one is negative 2 and negative 1. Therefore, our first graph is the answers. If you're really confused, please use Desmos. Okay. Let's go over one more example. You can use this one as your self-check problem number 3. Graph the quadratic function f of x equals to x plus 2, x plus 3. Again, my a is 1, positive 1, so we have a U-shaped. Our x-intercept is negative 2 and negative 3 in this case. Okay, so that's not the answers. Why? This is positive 3. That's negative 2. We need negative numbers, which means that's not the answer either. Let me look at here. This is negative 5, negative 1, so that's not the answers. Negative 2 and negative 3. So first one is your correct graph. Again, you can use Desmos, but I want you guys to practice without the calculator. But if you're really confused, of course, you guys can use Desmos for the graph problem. Okay, so that's it. Wednesday, I don't see you until Thursday, but as I mentioned today, Wednesday, you guys have to do the pre-test. SLG pre-test will be open all day. You guys never learned this before. So this is just pre-test. So no pressures. Please just explain. So you guys will have a quadratic graph. You guys just going to write whatever you know. Okay? This is not for your test grade. This is a pre-test. So just explain whatever you know. And once you complete SLG pre-test, you will receive Wednesday attendance. If you don't complete, you're going to be marked as absent. And then participation point. I might give this as extra credit. I'm not sure yet. But you will definitely have to do it for the attendance. And then if you missed Module 1 test, makeup test day is this Wednesday. Please, please, please email me. Otherwise, I don't know if you are going to take. Please email me for the makeup test. You will take the test during your assigned time. So for example, if you're in my first period, it's going to be 7 to 7:40. If you're in my second period, it's going to be 7:40 to like 8:20. Okay, but please email me first. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Make sure you do 2.1 independent practice and then lesson quiz as well. Bye-bye.